We were given a tour of the material recovery facility. We saw the basics from the time the recyclables get into the facility and the final stage, how it's built.
Goes into our pre-sort area, where we have individuals actually hand sorting prohibitives out of the system, like bags, wrap, large rigid items, big pieces of metal, wood, things that would of course cause issue to the system. The system then passes through a OCC or cardboard screen, where the hope is that the cardboard goes across the screens and your fiber and plastics fall down and go through the remaining part of the system.
One thing we noticed throughout the entire process is, although that the material on the curb is collected, when it gets to the facility, it's sorted out into different commodities: plastic, aluminums, cardboards, and paper. One thing we learned in our tour today is that the contamination level is very high. We saw a lot of plastics and metals and items, styrofoam, that's just not acceptable in the recycling bin.
The biggest challenge is getting the contaminants out of the system before it goes through and could cause a catastrophic failure or a downtime event. When that material goes through, it can wrap around a shaft. When you're talking plastic, you have big pieces of metal that might make it through or bypass through the system, which should jam or clog any type of the equipment that we have here, which of course is going to cause some sort of event that's going to take the system down. We're only as good as the time we're up.
The one thing about KCMO residents, we do recycle. We're avid recyclers. However, some of us may be a little too enthusiastic about our recycling, so consequently we put stuff in the bins that's not recyclable. So if we would just take the time and to be more intentional and figure out what are the acceptable materials on the curb, we can do a better job at recycling.
You guys put the message out there. You definitely do talk to the citizen and get that information to the citizen so that they understand what's good and what's bad, what to put in, what not to put in. The problem that I think we have for both of us is we're still talking about the citizen, and that individual makes their own decision.
This plant is a great partnership for the city because it allows the city of Kansas City to meet its recycling goals. Everything collected on the curb is recycled and processed at this plant.
At the end of the day, every pound, every ounce of material that you are taking out of the true waste stream is going to reduce the amount of landfill that you use. So you're essentially, again, taking an aspect of saving the environment.